Here's an American Family News Update. I'm Bronson Woodruff. Folks are dealing with the latest in a long line of winter storms right now. It's now affecting the East Coast. It's threatening to dump heavy snow and some ice in several states. The storm has been spreading across the Tennessee and Ohio valleys today, bringing more weather impacts to some places just starting to clean up from the deadly weekend floods. Up to 10 inches of snow was possible along the Atlantic coast in Virginia, and significant ice accumulations were forecast in eastern North Carolina, according to the National Weather Service. In other places, a polar vortex took over from Montana to southern Texas. Bismarck, North Dakota hit minus 39 degrees early Tuesday, breaking a record for the date set in 1910. Ukrainian President Zelenskyy said today that U.S. President Trump is living in a Russian-made disinformation space as a result of his administration's discussions with Kremlin officials. Zelenskyy said, quote, he would like Trump's team to be more truthful, end quote. He made the comment shortly before he was expected to meet with Keith Kellogg, the U.S. Special Envoy for Ukraine and Russia. Kellogg arrived in Kyiv on Wednesday. Kellogg is to meet Zelenskyy and military commanders as the U.S. shifts its policy away from years of efforts to isolate Russian President Vladimir Putin. Trump suggested Tuesday that Kyiv was to blame for the war, which enters its fourth year next week. Senate Republicans pushed ahead late Tuesday on a scaled-back budget bill. It's a $340 billion package to give the Trump admin money for deportations and other priorities. On a party-line vote, 50-47, Republicans launched the process, skipping ahead of the House Republicans who prefer President Trump's approach for a larger bill that includes $4.5 trillion in tax cuts that are tops on the party agenda. Senate Republicans plan to deal with tax cuts later in a second package. The Senate GOP package would allow $175 billion to be spent on border security, including funding for mass deportation operations, and to build the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border, a $150 billion boost for the Pentagon defense spending, and $20 billion for the Coast Guard. Troubled electric vehicle maker Nikola has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection months after saying that it would likely run out of cash early this year. Nikola was a hot startup and rising star on Wall Street before getting wound up in scandal. Its founder was convicted in 2022 for misleading investors about the Arizona company's technology. At the trial of founder Trevor Milton, prosecutors say a company video of a prototype truck appearing to be driven down a desert highway was actually a video of a non-functioning Nikola that had been rolled down a hill. That's all for this AFN News Update. You can find more on these stories as well as more news from a Christian perspective all on our website, afn.net. Thank you for watching. I'm Bronson Woodruff.